Hello, my name is Eva Grace, and this morning I welcome you to the 2021 8th grade Baccalaureate prayer service. Today we invite all of you here to help us celebrate the 8th grade's great accomplishments and achievements at Blessed Trinity. Thank you to all the staff members, families, parents, teachers, students, siblings, and friends for joining us today and helping make this service possible. Thank you.
A reading from Paul's first letter to the Corinthians. Brothers and sisters, love is patient, love is kind. It is not jealous, love is not pompous, it is not inflated. It is not rude, it does not seek its own interests. It is not quick-tempered, it does not brood over injury. It does not rejoice over wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. If there are prophecies, they will be brought to nothing. If tongues, they will cease. If knowledge, it will be brought to nothing. For we know partially, and we prophesy partially. But when the perfect comes, the partial will pass. When I was a child, I used to talk as a child, think as a child, reason as a child. When I became a man, I put aside childish things. At present, we see indistinctly as in a mirror, but then face to face. At present, I know partially, then I shall know fully, as I am fully known. So faith, hope, love remain, these three, but the greatest of these is love. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Gospel according to Luke. But to you who hear I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you. Believe those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. To the person who strikes you on one cheek, offer the other one as well. And for the people who take your cloak, do not withhold your own tunic. Give to people who ask for you. And from the one who takes what is yours, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have done them yourself. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners do the same. If you lend money to those for whom you expect repayment, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners and give back the same amount. But rather love your enemy and do good to them and lend, expecting nothing back. To your reward will be a great, and you will be children of the Most High. Of himself it is kind and ungrateful and the wicked. The gospel of the Lord.
Today's gospel reading is telling us that we as people should be kind, giving, and that we should forgive people, even if they are cruel and wicked towards us. Being kind to everyone is something that we should do, and if we're kind, we will be rewarded our fair share. But you must remember that your kindness should come from your heart and not your desire to be rewarded. So be kind even to those who are wicked. Giving to those who are poor and to those who are in need is another part of your kindness. And in the reading, it says to let these people take your things and do not ask for them back, because you'll be given your fair share. Forgiving people is something that we should do, and even if people take things from us or are cruel to us, we should forgive them and not curse them. And even if you do not get anything back physically, you'll get something better spiritually. Remember to be kind to those around you so you can share your kindness with others and show them hope that they might not have seen, a kindness that they have never experienced, because actions go a long way, even as to how you will be remembered. We 8th graders are about to go our separate ways once we depart. We might be going to the same school or different schools, but either way, we should show people at the school we are going our kindness so that we can spread our kindness with everyone and not just those we are close with. We should also respect those around us, since we are going to a new school and there are going to be new people that we will meet. And if we respect them, they will respect us instead of us not respecting them and then them not respecting us. Even if someone in the school that we are going to is mean to you, you should still forgive them for what they are doing to you, because they might be venting out on you, which is bad, but if they are, then you can try to help them in some way. But if you are getting bullied, you should still talk to a teacher. I hope that everyone from this class will keep their kindness and, like Mr. Boyle says, be the bigger person in any situation, because if you are, then that will show what kind of person you are to other people and how you have integrity. Moving forward might be scary or nerve-wracking, but if we show our kindness to others, not just by forgiving and giving, but to be helping those around us and doing things to make someone's day better, we should also remember how we will be remembered. So we should always spread our kindness, care, and forgiveness to others. And one more thing is to remember is to keep your head high, shoulders back, and chest out like you belong in the world, because you do belong in the world, and you will only show that even more as you grow. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Narita, and I am one of the eighth grade memories I had with this great class was the Victorian party. We all worked really hard to learn dances and practice every day trying to perfect our committee. We all spent time after school to decorate the social hall and make it a wonderful memory and continue adding memories to our eighth grade year. We all had a blast, eating a lot, dancing. I love to see that every single one of my friends helping out and having fun and trying their best to bring the food and decorations organized. We all worked really hard together as a family, and we did something that no one else really gets to do. The other memory we had was the eighth grade mock trial. We all had to study very hard for the big test we had. We all put hard work into studying and making sure we did great and not just good. After the test, we had to do some acting and put stuff into a short acting piece. We all studied our parts and we all dressed professionally for that day. That was a really fun experience and a really cool opportunity we had. We also just recently finished another big test, the Holocaust test, and we also had to spend lots of time doing our flashcards and memorizing the steps and other stuff we needed to learn to be ready. We had a study day and it was really fun, playing games and being as a whole class, helping each other study. Also, our eighth grade play. It was really fun. All the scenes and memorizing lines were hard. Mostly if you had a lot of lines. But we all made it through, and practicing our blockings, we all did a fantastic job as a class. And with the help of Mrs. Gomez and Mrs. Maya being there to help us out, and the other staff that took their time to make it possible. Some advice to the younger students is to be ready for what's coming. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but try your best and don't take the teachers for granted. They are there to help you, and they are doing a great job of that. Treat each other with respect because they do so much for you all and work really hard to make each class possible. 7th grade, we are proud of all of you and keep going and enjoy your last year as 8th graders soon. Pre-K through 4th grade, just have fun. Try to learn as much as you can and you guys are going to do great. 5th through 6th grade, try your best in everything you do. Don't just survive but thrive and be the best you can be. To all BT students, this is literally the best school. We all have fun and different memories, and you will never forget what everyone does for you to be successful. Even if a day or week might be hard, keep going and never give up. We all did a good job, and I think everyone was proud of what we did this year. All the work we put into and having all fun memories we had this year and all the other years. All the teachers are all very nice to us, and they always want the best for us. I think we all want to say thank you for everything, the staff, teachers, parents, teachers that retired but still help out our BT community, and Mr. O'Keefe. Also the janitor and other helpers and the staff that help us. Thank you all for helping us become a great group, and even if we're leaving, we definitely have everyone that helped us in our heads. Thank you, Mr. Boyle, for teaching us 7th and 8th grade. You have helped us so much and to become really successful in writing and reading. You have done so much for us, and all we want to say to you is thank you for all your hard work. Mrs. Hedman, thank you for being our homeroom teacher in 6th grade. We also had lots of fun and sad memories with you. We all treated each other like family. Thank you for teaching us social studies and geography. Mrs. Hillman, thank you for being there and first of all for having patience with us. Some days did not always go well, but thank you for being there for us and showing us math and teaching us to work smarter and not harder. Mr. Stock, thank you for teaching us science. You will always be our favorite scientist, and hopefully one day you'll have your own element. Thank you for working with us, having fun lab experiments, and really cool stuff we learned. Thank you to all the teachers to make it possible for every single BT graduate to become successful. This 8th grade class is a blessing to be with, having funny, smart, cool, and sweet people to be with every single day. I know some don't want to leave, but we all have to move on, look forward to the future. Keep your head high, chest out, shoulders back, like you belong in the world because you do.
Hello. My name is Moises DeLuna, and I would also like to share with you some memories. And also, I would like to give some advice to the students in 7th grade and students in middle school so that they could be successful throughout their middle school year and especially their 8th grade year. The first memory that I would like to share with all of you is when Mr. Stock came to school with a chunk of his hair missing from the back of his head. He told everyone that his wife was cutting his hair, but she forgot the guard for the trimmer was not on, and ended up cutting a thick line of hair off the back of his head. The whole class laughed it off, and we continued with class. The other memory I would like to share with all of you happened last year. We all know that Mr. Boyle has a deep hatred towards Doritos, saying that they smell horrendous and that they taste awful. So, of course, the appropriate response would be for the entire 7th grade class to buy Dorito bags and eat it in front of his face. When Mr. Boyle walked into Miss Hedman's room and the whole class had a bag of Doritos in their hands, he grabbed a bag and stomped on it. I also have a lot of advice for BT students, and especially 7th grade students who will be in my place in a few months. In 8th grade, you will get challenged and things will be a bit more difficult, but the teachers are always there to help you with your work and can help you make plans to get work done thoroughly. If you have questions, always speak out. I sometimes regret not asking questions during the school year. Remember, BT teachers can always help you, and they care greatly about you. Thank you for listening to my memories and my advice for Blessed Trinity students.
Hello, my name is Juan Amaro. Before I tell you, I may not be the perfect one to do this speech, but I'll try. Things that the next generation should know is that things are just going to get harder and harder as they go. And that's good. Some things that you don't know, you'll find out. Now, if you were to tell me what was the hardest point in class, I just have to tell you wait till next year. You'll find out what I mean. Now, I may not be the wisest in the class, but I probably learned from a lot of my mistakes. Because trust me, I've made a lot of mistakes and fixed some of them. One huge thing that you need to understand is never miss any of your homeworks on any class. When you decide that you'd rather go to the mall with a bunch of friends or do your homework first, because if you're like me, you can only handle a little bit of homework at a time. Do your homework, otherwise you'll regret it. Pick your friends wisely. Now, are you going to pick the friend that wants to play games all day, or do you want to pick the friend that wants to study for the test tomorrow? Now, hear me out. You can still have a lot of fun with both of them, but all you have to do is choose right in the right time. Now, this is a really good speech because the two things, because it's good and bad. There's rarely a speech that would explain the bad things, only the good. And I really want you to learn from all of my mistakes. I'm going to give you a huge list of the things I didn't do. Never do your homework late. If you get it over with, the second you get out of school, or you'll finish like around 5 in the morning. Things about that. The whole, that's pretty much when you finish all your homework, the second you get out of school, you're going to have the rest of the day off without the conscience telling you that you have schoolwork to do. Not only homework, you also got to remember, you have to remember that you have to study. And another thing, you can't just stay up playing games after you finish all your homework. You also have to go to sleep, get energy, or else you're going to be like me, always tired and going to sleep in class. Do I have to repeat myself? Do not do homework at night. Or you're gonna need the sleep, or else you're gonna be all sleepy and tired. Study for the test, it's not really that hard. And the last but not least, do your homework. First priority. My problem with the school is that I never got my homework done. Get it done. No matter what, there's just that little voice in your head telling you that you have to do your homework, but you don't listen to it. In the third trimester, I did do it. I did homework after homework. And yeah, I did get some good sleep and hanged out with a lot of friends online. So listen, just do your homework and learn from my mistakes. Because if you don't, you're gonna be the next Juan, and trust me, you don't want that. Thank you for listening to some of our memories today.
My name is Jessica, and I want to thank the staffs who work hard for us, even if they are not recognized. The staff help us become who we are today and for what our school is recognized as Blessed Trinity. Although we may not see them every single day, we know that they helped our school to become what it is today. Thank you to the staff for helping us being successful and for who we are today, and for moving us forward in life. The Nicollet campus is when I came in, 5th grade. It was a scary time for me since I didn't know anybody at that time. By then, 5th grade through 8th grade, I got new teachers, new friends, and new experiences with other people in this class. The Nicollet campus helped us unite and understand one another and made our class who we are today, a family. All our teachers were patient with us, including the ones who aren't here anymore, like Mr. Gannon. He was like one of the best English and reading teacher in 6th grade, I believe. The teachers in Nicollet campus helped us and made us learn more things like how to divide fractions, reduce fractions, earth science with walks and atoms, learning how to write big essays for Mr. Boyle, World War I and II, and countries, and lastly, history. On the other hand, Mrs. Kelfo, although I was never in her class, I heard many stories about her and the class. I know she helped students grow and grow in a nice environment to learn. You've helped students improve on moving upward to middle school. I thank Ms. Hedman for all the great things she has done for me in our class and the school. Thank you for being a social studies and religion teacher in 7th grade, making us understand better the history of our world and understanding the countries and cities in geography. One of the best classes I would say for me was geography because we got to visit and learn about many countries and the history of those countries. Thank you for family life and meditation for us as a class to understand each other better with all the laughter, crying, and overall emotional time. Thank you for helping us with that. Thank you for giving us some of your best food, for example, your cookies, 5-star chef. Lastly, thank you for letting us play Kahoots and having an amazing time in your class. Mr. Stock, although when I first entered your room, I was a little afraid. By that time, I got more comfortable in your class. You make science really interesting and fun with all the jokes, laughter, projects, labs, and we do to have fun still learning. I remember the cell theory song you would put before the pandemic hit. Whenever we came in the class to pack up or when we were leaving the classroom, you would show us that to memorize that song and help us for the upcoming test. Also, with many other activities and labs that are unforgettable, like the flame test or your mitosis, and in the beginning of 8th grade, since we didn't have an opportunity to frog in 7th grade. You let us have an opportunity to do that in the beginning of 8th grade, and thank you for that. Thank you for taking us 8th graders in the 6th grade camps in Croy. It was one of the most funnest memories I think every 8th grader and other students have or had, and amazing memories there. Thank you for taking the time for us to go to camps in Croy. Thank you for making your class one of the best classes, and thank you for being our science teacher. Ms. Hillman is one of our amazing teachers. Thank you for having patience with us throughout this year, especially with the play. Thank you for answering and making us understand math way more better since we kept asking questions. Thank you for helping us through the 8th grade play, and I know it must have been hard, but thank you for letting us have the play this year because of the pandemic. Thank you for teaching us math. As I remember in the learning fair, thank you for helping us learn more about the mathematicians. Thank you for all those funny and roasting jokes you made with Juan and other people in our class. For example, when you said, put your name on the paper, and you look at Juan. As I know, you might have been frustrated with us, but thank you for having patience with us. I thank you for being there for us and making sure wherever we go to high school, you try to make us successful so we don't have a hard time for math in high school. Thank you for preparing us for math in high school and pushing us to be way better than we are today. Mr. Boyle, thank you for being such an amazing and inspiring teacher. You have helped us in many ways, and I know that we have only been with you for 2 years, but those past 2 years, we were the best 2 years of Blessed Trinity. You will always have a smile on your face, even when we have our mask on. We can all tell you that you always make us have a smile on our face, and you're always so positive and get things done. You helped us become more mature and become who we are today. You helped us prepare for things that we would be doing in high school, like preparing us how to be more confident, writing essays, and wait till next year. And of course, how could I forget about the speeches and book reports? You try to make us be successful students and not just be good, but be great. Not just survive a class, but we have to thrive. All the books we read with you are amazing. Like as I remember in 7th grade, we would always talk about The Outsiders and of course The Rumble. You always helped us and grow to be a better person, for example, discipline. We all learn that we have to be disciplined on things we are passionate about, proud of, and like you say, thrive, don't survive. Thank you for helping us get out of there and teach us things not just for school, but out in the real world when we grow up to be adults. Thank you for being there for us for this whole year. Thank you all, the teachings and moral lessons you taught us. Thank you for the time you put in us. We will truly miss you. I also want to thank the specialists and other staff members in Blessed Trinity. Thank you to the staff that isn't fully recognized in this school for all the good things you have done for this school and how the school can run smoothly. Thank you to the staff and tutors and the people in the parish office and special teachers that includes Mr. Miller, Mrs. Alvarnud, Senior Diaz, who isn't with us anymore, Mrs. Rovas, Mr. Good, and Mr. O'Keefe and Mr. Martinez. I want to give a special thanks to Mrs. Marshall and Mrs. Braun, who helped and grow the community of Blessed Trinity and helped the school to run smoothly and become the best school out there. They helped the school be a fun school and have amazing activities and fundraisers. In conclusion, this school brought so much joy and happiness in this class. It brought the class to only classmates to now a family. We all appreciate you all for the best things you have done for our school to become one of the best out there. You have no idea how special you all are and will hold a special place in all of our hearts. Thank you for all the hard work you had to put into this school to become what it is today. AB loves you and thanks all of you for helping us finish the school year in a high note.
Hello, my name is Leisha Jimenez, and I want to thank parents. First of all, I have to thank my parents because they had to deal with me locking myself in my room for 4+ hours while I did my homework. Now, parents are always asking about school, is everything all right? How's the homework load? Sometimes they're the people we want to spend the least time with. We have our friends, and they're just entering our room without permission and asking us questions that we don't want to answer. Now, as we allow people to enter and exit our lives, hopefully we can all talk to each other after this. Our parents are people that maintain a steady presence in our life. We have reached another point in our young lives that will never come back to us. My mother always tells me how living in the moment is important because life is always changing. Our lives pass very fast without stopping. In fact, our parents are probably only talking about their high school experience and making their friends. You probably ignore them and act like you don't know them. You roll your eyes at their comments when they were in middle school. However, I think it's essential we give a great deal of thanks to them. They have shaped our lives in so many good ways. I hope all of us thank them for their input and dedication to our education. Sometimes they may seem to be against you in everything and causing you problems, but in our defense, we are teenagers, so we kind of get the right to. We are growing up in a very different world because of the pandemic. But they have offered us a safe place at Blessed Trinity. Second of all, we all have to realize that our parents allowed us to attend Blessed Trinity. There have been thousands of parents that have been at seeing their children graduate from this school, all leaving the school a little bit different, but certainly a little bit better. We have to remember that they were always there for us during middle school, and farther than that, we have to honor their commitment and give back to them. They were holding our hands when we entered kindergarten, or even before that, and their small words would always motivate us. With the school's help, they have allowed us to flourish into the individuals we are. They were our first teachers, in my case. This year, they were the ones who reminded me of my high school application when I forgot to turn it in. The values they have taught will last a lifetime. We will remember the days where we told our parents school was hard. And I read an article saying that by the age of 15, most of the time you spend with your parents has already passed, so we're almost there. So we should be thankful right now. We have been taught so much from them in early age, and our parents are the reason we are here. This could not have been done without them. All the activities that we missed, we need to thank them because, well, they were there. I'm sorry. We have grown so much because of our parents and our guardians. We will say goodbye to, many people at this school. Hopefully we get to still see them. However, our parents will be a steady, hand during high school. And this chapter in our young lives has ended, and we are entering a new chapter, which is called high school. Time will come and go, but they will stay by our side. And I hope we all thank our parents and appreciate everything and all the commitments they've done, driving us to school every morning, which is very difficult. Like my father always said, when will it end? I hope we all think that our parents are very special and, the best in the world. So, thank you.
As we get ready to conclude our service this morning, I invite all of you to please stand. And if you would take out the little yellow sheet of paper that you were given upon coming in. As we prepare to send our 8th graders out into the world, we'd like to do a final blessing on them before our closing song. So I invite you to extend your hand in blessing over our soon-to-be graduates and to speak as we do. May the blessing of light be upon you, light on the outside, light on the inside. With God's light shining on you, may your heart glow with warmth, like a turf fire that welcomes friends and strangers alike. May the light of the Lord shine from your eyes, like a candle in the window welcoming the weary travelers. May the blessing of God's soft rain be on you, falling on your head, refreshing your soul with the sweetness of little flowers newly blooming. May the strength of the winds of heaven bless you, carrying the rain to wash your spirit clean, sparkling after the sunlight. May the blessings of God's earth be on you, and as you walk the roads, may you always have a kind word for those you meet. May you understand the strength and power of God, and may God watch over you and keep you safe from harm. Amen. Thank you, and I invite you to stay standing for our closing song.
I want to thank you all for joining us, not only those of you who are in the church, and parents, thank you so much for being with us to celebrate today. We're delighted to have you here, and for all of us that could join us from home and from our classrooms all over campus. We'll let our 6th and 7th graders get back to class and lunch and recess, because that's what we're standing between them and next. But then you can welcome parents to come back in and take pictures as soon as we clear everything out of the front here if you'd like to in the church. So if you want to just hang tight for a second, parents, we'll let them get out of here, and the church is yours. So thank you for being with us today.